This week has been so much fun. Danica and I took 2 days and 1 night out of our businesses and out of our lives to commit to creating a strategic plan, a plan that is going to shift our business from around $200,000 a year to about 330, what was it? 336,000, and not only increasing our revenue and our sales, but doing it in a way that is so much fun. It is more aligned to who we are and who we want to be, so that we can be the best versions of ourselves that we can be while we build this super hot business empire. The process that we went through is a similar process that I take my clients through, but we actually did some other really ultra cool stuff and walked away with a very clear, specific plan on how we're going to bring all of our super sexy strategies to life. This is the empire building design experience, and we've decided that we're now going to bring this experience to the world. We're going to make it available to all of our high level clients. It is a life-changing experience, and one that we're going to do every 3 months. And it's just so much fun. I loved it. So keep an eye out for the new changes and the next level of game that Amber McLean, Danica Smedley and Naked Women's Business is about to start playing.
Type of big girl undies, which our darling Amber shared with us this week. Now these are so giant, I'm going to have to step back for a minute from the camera so you can actually see them. So bear with me. Aren't they just fucking gorgeous? These, to me, are about being comfortable with yourself. Now, admittedly, I'm not a size 26, so it's, you know, when I get a pair of size 26, literally big girl undies, then it's about having a laugh, and it's about not taking myself too seriously, not taking what I have to do too seriously. You know, have a bit of fun with it, you know, bring the joy back. It's all very well, you know, we do need to be courageous, we need to be persistent, and we need to achieve. But if we're too earnest, it takes all the fun out of it. So girls, put on your big girl undies.
Which has been about Assume the Sale. I had a really interesting experience this week where a company that I have bought wine from before rang me up to see if I wanted a new order. Now, in the past, when they've done this, they've been, you know, we've got this, we've got that, we think you might like this, we think you might like that. There's been lots of talk and lots of suggestions, and not really a good understanding of what it was that I might like, more on what they have to sell. Well, this week a gentleman called me who said, "Hi Joe, you haven't worked with me before," and introduced himself. He then went on to tell me that he's reviewed my records and what I've purchased in the past. And he came to me with a suggestion based on what he knew about me. Therefore, he was able to suggest what he thought I would like. He gave me very clear rationale. He gave me very certain a summary of why he thought these were the best choices for me. And at one stage he said, "Joe, I don't think you want a combination that way. I think you want it another way." And he included reds and whites and from different regions in Australia. Now, this whole subject is not about me purchasing wine. This whole subject is about the fact that he knew me better than I knew myself. He knew me better than I thought I knew myself. And he wanted to be assured of the sale, so he had gone and done the research. And this just really drove home for me the fact this week that I need to know my market better than they know themselves. That way I can always be assured of a sale.
I was ready to go Wednesday night with my Facebook campaign, and I thought I'd just check out my Facebook opt-in that I had already set up to make sure that it was working, and realised that it wasn't compatible with the new timeline. So the likelihood of my campaign going ahead at this point was quite slim. So I spent Wednesday night and Thursday morning researching the internet to see if I could find a solution to my problem. And there were various reports from lots of different sources saying that you could no longer drive traffic to your Facebook page using a landing page. So that wasn't looking very promising until I spoke to Danica, and I was able to model something that she had already produced and also improve on my original opt-in page that I had set up in the old format. So overall, a great result. I think my lesson for this week was to really push through regardless of the challenges.
Hello ladies, I'm interrupting this week's Diary Cams to ask you a very important question. Are you working like a crazy woman trying to get more people finding you and buying your stuff? Well, I want you to stop. I want to get you inside the 3 no-cost strategies that are specific to your business that will get you 100 new super hot leads in the next 30 days. Why? Well, because I want to get you to know me, like me, trust me. And I also want you to start generating some super hot leads inside your business so that I can continue to teach you how you can turn those leads into profit so that you can start making your working like a crazy woman worthwhile, so that you can get exponentially bigger results for the time, the money, and the energy I know that you're pouring into your business. So jump on www.ambermclean.com.au, go to the top right-hand box, enter your name, your email address, and your phone number. My beautiful Danica will call you in the next 24 hours and book you in with a private 30-minute strategy session with me inside my personal diary ASAP. Now, let's get back to the diary cams and have a fantastic week. Bye.
Starting with a trip regarding my own health to the doctor's office, and an experience that I really thought that I'd actually overcome by, as you would know by now, my own health crisis and my own journey and health experiences where I've become vulnerable and worked through that. I thought I really had faced those demons and was done. However, what I learnt was once you've exposed yourself and faced your own vulnerability, you actually have greater awareness of it, and unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you want to look at it, you actually become more aware of it and face more times of vulnerability. But that can be okay. And this week I was faced with dealing with some stuff in the doctor's office where I burst into tears and exposed myself yet again in all my weakness and perceived vulnerability. However, what I did was took stock, stepped back, paused those negative, unhelpful thoughts and feelings.
These, if you can see, are my very sexy big girl undies. Now these actually come up to my chest, so they are very, very sexy indeed. Well, I want to show you this though, because sometimes in life we just need to put on our big girl undies. We need to suck it in, get over it and move on. There are lots of things that happen in this world that we don't like to do and that we don't want to do. I tell my kids that when I make them eat broccoli. Sometimes there are things you don't like to do, you don't want to do, but you need to do them.
What I've been talking about on Nurse Power this week and in the Chronicles is all about frustration and what that actually means. There are times when things are out of our control and we don't know what to do, or it's just not going the way you want. And you've set a path for yourself that it's going to go one way, and of course something happens and it goes completely the other. And being in healthcare, as you could imagine, that happens at a blink of an eye. So what I've learned is that I need to be more flexible with my behaviour. And so what that means is that when things don't go the way I want, I choose to remain calm and in focus of what I really want as my outcome.
Key lessons for me this week has been about gratitude. Now, some of you know that I had my first $10,000 client and then she pulled out. So something that I hadn't thought about and I've got written up just up here on the wall in front of me is grace and graciousness. I didn't even realize that I was this and that I was being this until Amber pointed it out. So thank you. What amazes me and what I'm incredibly grateful for, when we know our values and we live our values, they kind of just come out maybe without us even realizing, and other people see those values in us without us even realizing that we're projecting them.
Naked. business.